Yep.
Just waiting on Twitch, and then we can get going.
On the tubes, on the tubes.
We get the switch up on the iPad.
Alright. I assume it will be there in time.
Okay.
It takes a little bit longer, but it's taking such a long time today.
Doesn't like us.
Can you blame him?
Not in uninterested. Oh, it's Brenna's turn, I think. I'll teach you to have good weather.
Your
So,
audio still sucks.
Brent, are you still doing intros?
I guess.
Go for it, babe.
All right, we're here. Okay. Hi, welcome to the Bin Podcast. You know, because it's Thursday, it's the afternoon here in sunny Southern California. Beautiful weather outside. Sunshine, a little bit of wind. We got birds and butterflies everywhere, and spring is starting to sprung. So it's really nice here. That's all I have to say about that. All right. So let's. Okay. Well,
I hope you don't trip and fall and injure yourself and have to, I don't know, use health insurance.
Speaking of health and well-being, let's get this one out. Hi, Mikey. How are you today?
I'm okay. I don't feel 100%.
Can you say that in a tone that does not want me to kill myself?
No.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on, Mikey, smile. Give us a smile.
Jeez.
Dude, you had a vaccine, not a stroke. There's a difference.
Mikey,
I don't know.
Mikey got some coronavirus vaccine. We're happy that we're getting that more. But most importantly, Mikey, what are you drinking?
Water.
Water's good. Stay hydrated all the time. Look at that. You have something healthy today. I like it.
It doesn't feel right.
Why don't you make that water a little bit Irish?
So let's go over to the European Union right now. Oh wait. Let's go down here. Jartan, how are you today? And of course, the most important question of the day. What in fact are you drinking?
I am good. I'm a bit tired. I just got home after being out on the road for 4 days, and I'm going back on the road tomorrow morning. So I'm just having a little bit of wine. Of course, from Italy.
All right. That was my next question. All right. Let's head over to the UK. Wayne,
The
how
independent state of the world.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to flip it to make it sound as a good thing.
You're trying to sugarcoat this all.
I still want to boot you. I still want to boot you off the stream right now. You have no idea.
Yeah, you can't.
And now, from some mossy rock out in the middle of the Atlantic.
Listen, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. No, that's what we're going for.
You are the only person that live on a less glamorous Iceland.
Yeah, we live on Iceland, but without the ice. So
without the scenery, hot springs.
Hang on a minute. No, hang on a minute. This country has got some beautiful scenery.
No, that's in Scotland, man.
No, have you been to the Surrey Hills, my friend? That's beautiful down there.
Yeah, but you can only go there once a year because the rest of the 364 days it's fucking raining.
Oh, at least we've got daylight. Fuck's sake.
No, but then we can't see how horrible it is. It's a self-preservation thing. Jesus Christ, you know nothing.
To be fair, you both have points, and I don't know who won that.
Wasn't it that when the Romans started like conquering, was it the Romans, or they just started conquering all of Europe, and then after England they just was like, fuck it, we're not gonna go anywhere else. Like, we're done.
built us a load of roads, few castles.
It's too cold, it's too wet.
They built Bath, the beautiful city of Bath. They built that.
Exactly.
You know, actual hot springs there, Jartan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wind your fucking neck in.
Oh, there we go.
I'm
Drink
sorry.
everybody.
I've
Drink
gone early.
everybody.
I've gone early.
This from Tons of Mice. The pros and cons of daylight.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean,
only- you know, we've got daylight, 7 or 8 months a year. Like,
yeah, but it's because you've got nothing but werewolves, vampires, and fucking Vikings. You know what I mean? You need that darkness just to live.
well, we don't have any Vikings anymore, dude.
So I thought about this the other day. You know how like vampires like can't go in sunlight, or else it like burns their skin or something like that. The light from the moon is just sunlight reflecting off of something.
Oh, you've overthought it, man. You've overthought it.
So then they can't go out in the moonlight either, right? So that'd burn them up too.
So what you're saying is vampires should all be agoraphobic.
They must be terrified. They have to go out on like a new moon when there's
I
like
like
no
it how
moonlight.
I like it how we're talking about a mythical creature that never existed and trying to apply logic to it.
No, Mikey's doing that.
This is what happens when
That's
Mikey's
legitimate.
you're waiting around while your co-hosts are, I don't know.
Well,
Do you know
Take
how
it
many?
sorry.
Do you know how many different dreams I've had in the last 24 hours when I've been sleeping? Like 18 of them. My brain is completely out of dreams. I ran out of dreams today.
Did you check the vial that she stuck you with? It didn't say LSD.
So,
yeah, that's actually a very important question.
Yeah, did your vaccination clinic was it situated next to the methadone clinic?
Well, I will say this: she was actually a doctor, and you can go ahead and play your button, and you can push your button.
Got all of his penis.
all right. I got you. And
At Miami Studios.
The guy who sliced my penis off is not really a doctor. I got you.
Oh, here we go. He's got sound clips and everything. Someone's been a busy boy.
Oh, jeez.
Courtesy of Tons of Mice, by the way, we have to give some shout out. We shout outs to.
Oh yeah.
So usually we'd be going into our news of death and despair and our lives falling apart, the economy falling apart, the pandemic just destroying everybody. Usually we go into there, but let's talk about something kind of unusual, but really interesting that just happened last night. So let me, since I obviously am in charge of this stuff today, or somehow share screen.
You've been drafted.
No. Okay.
Got it.
Yay. All right. So last night, Lady Gaga's dog walker was walking her 3 French bulldogs. Because a dog walker does that. They walk dogs, and she was away in Rome, and her dog walker came out and was held at gunpoint, shot, is in critical condition, and 2 out of her 3 bulldogs were actually stolen, were kidnapped. And she is now offering $500,000 reward to get her dogs back. And I know celebrity news is not exactly the highlight, and we're not really celebrity news people, but I think this is really sad that somebody decided that they were going to steal somebody else's animals, because me having pets, if anything happened to them, I would die. Like, it's just devastating to, especially somebody who shot.
What's to
Nearly
stop
killed.
the person who stole the dog saying, "Hello, Miss Gaga, I got your dogs. Can I have £500,000, please?"
Am I the only one who watched the movie Seven Psychopaths with Christopher Walken and Sam Rockwell?
No.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
But according to the Good Day LA, this little video clip, if you want to go on, this is on the USA Today. According to them, there actually was another instance of French bulldog puppies being stolen. People were selling them. Were selling these puppies, and there a couple of guys came in and stole these puppies, which looked very. The video that they had, the security video that they had, these little puppies were being basically like thrown around. It was like sad, and but it's I don't like her. I'm criticizing her reaction was like, well, people are going a little crazy. But no, this is more than that. French bulldogs are expensive. That's why she
Yeah.
has 3 of them.
I was going to say, I did a job for a lady in a town called Bury St Edmunds, and she was a breeder. And she says she sells them for like $2,500 a pop. Like $2,500?
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dog breeding
so-
is good money if you can get it.
Well, it and what's better than just stealing a bunch of puppies and
And getting £500,000 for it, yeah.
and then those I don't know. See, one of the questions is whether or not this person knew that those particular dogs were celebrity dogs, or if they were just convenient that they knew that they were French bulldogs. They knew that this person walked these French bulldogs obviously later at night. Was the intention to steal Lady Gaga's bulldogs, or to take these particular ones because they happen to be the French bulldogs that they were looking for? I think that's the important question that we're going here. And if that is in Hollywood, how many dogs are in Hollywood walking around?
Note to the general public: if you're going to be a dog walker as a profession, try bull mastiffs, Rottweilers, Alsatians, the bigger ones.
I got some German Shepherds next door, and they do not let anybody walk by without barking. So
Can we just get this out of the way? So how's the dog walker dude? The guy who actually got shot?
critical condition. That's the last time they said that he was in a
'Cause that's-
hospital in critical condition.
I
'Cause-
think it's sad that, that's a footnote in the article. A guy gets shot and some dogs get stolen.
Well,
It
it's first thing, this just happened last night here, so it hasn't been, it hasn't even been 24 hours. So
Yeah, but the story is a guy gets shot because he's walking dogs, not that dogs get stolen.
Uh-oh, Jartan's going Mr. Woke on us.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
to be fair, no one should have to worry about getting fucking shot walking dogs, period. I
well.
mean,
This isn't
and then maybe
this isn't her security. It wasn't her security doing it. It
And my-
was
and my
her
question-
dog walker.
and my first question would be is like, doesn't she have a yard? You know what I mean? Like, why are you like paying somebody to go take your dogs up and down the strip if you have any kind of yard? But maybe she has like a townhouse or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't have the facilities for it. But it's just like, dude, you shot somebody over dogs?
Yeah.
America.
Like,
So
like,
that's
so.
that I think is
the thing
is the
is-
next question.
And the thing is, all those dogs
why?
are chipped. Like, that dog has an owner. It has a chip in its neck. Everybody knows you can't take that dog to the vet or anything without that little scanner going off. it's gonna come up, boom, Lady Gaga's dogs, and they're gonna be like, oh, cool, be right back. I gotta go get my other nail clippers, and they're just gonna call the police and have you. Like, why would you steal someone's, especially a
Well,
famous person's?
maybe it is for breeding then.
Probably fixed by now.
Don't know. How do you know?
Yeah, I can't make the determination whether or not her dogs were fixed or what the purpose of taking the dogs are. If they're, you know, if we're looking at this as a one-off thing, then it was more likely that somebody took them because they were celebrity dogs, because they're all over Instagram. So it's not like she doesn't have, you know, images of these dogs everywhere. If this was the one-off, then it was a ransom. It would more likely be a ransom. If this was a larger scale bulldog thing, then we might be looking at more of a conspiracy type of thing.
But do they have, or does she have an Instagram for her dogs on their own?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Live Googler, get it.
Nobody should have an Instagram for their dog. That's just wrong.
We love Popeye. We love Popeye. We're not saying that.
Some people don't like Popeye. Somebody doesn't.
I didn't say a thing.
We love Popeye.
I didn't say anything if I like him or not.
So
we love Popeye.
So how does that ransom note go? Hey, dear Gaga, I stole your animals and shot your dog walker. I'll return them in person. Like what? Like what do you like? How do you even get the dog back to them and collect the ransom money at this point? Like they've kind of painted themselves into a corner there. Like even if you wanted to do a ransom thing, there's no way you're going to be able to get in contact with her now.
Well, if I go by the documentary film that is Man on Fire, where loads of kids get kidnapped in Mexico, what you have to do is you have to drive around Mexico City, take your shirt off and wave it out the window as you're driving around, and then the spotter will see the car and then come and make the exchange. Worked in that film. I mean, sorry, documentary.
Didn't everybody die in the end except for the little girl?
Spoiler alert. Jesus, man.
It's a 10-year-old movie, for fuck's sake. If you haven't seen it by now, you probably won't.
Oh, in that case, at the end of Titanic, the boat goes down. All right?
Wait a second. Hashtag spoiler alert. Jeez.
Yeah, Bruce Willis sees dead people. Oh, because he's dead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bruce Willis isn't the one who sees dead people, you twat.
It don't matter. It's details.
So we'll wrap up this. Any last words on this one? I'm hoping that they get the dogs back safe, because again, it's like if anybody took my pets, it would be devastating to me, and I hope they get the dogs back, and whoever stole them gets arrested
And shot a man.
and who shot a man. I hope their dog walker. Oh my God, please get better, because nobody deserves to get shot, especially for bulldogs.
Well,
I mean, like, what does he say?
He had no way of defending himself.
What does he say? Give me the dogs. No. Give me the dogs or I'll shoot you. Like, you're going to shoot me for a dog? They have them down the street. Just go buy a dog. Fucking rob me for a dog? A dog?
Again,
what
are you trying to apply logic to an illogical situation?
You put the dog in a backpack? Like, what are you going to do once you have 3 French bulldogs running in opposite directions and now a gun has gone off and they're just supposed to come with you? What? Think of playing out your robberies, people, because this man is shot for no fucking reason, and now you can't even get your ransom money. Just shitty criminals.
So then now whoever took these dogs and shot him is now added, attempted murder onto attempted homicide, whatever it is, onto that list. The kidnapping is one thing, but the shooting is a whole other side of it that could lead people in for 25 plus years. So anybody else have anything to say until we move on to some horrible horrendous.
Don't steal other people's dogs and stop shooting people.
Yeah,
Let's
that.
let's go back
That's
to
you know what? We solved it. Just stop it.
Don't.
Now let's move on to the bleakness and the sadness in our world.
Get your own dog.
Get your own. Go to the fucking Humane Society. Those ugly dogs are very loving, and they might only have one leg, but they'll love you. So just take them.
And if you don't want the
Rescue.
responsibility of looking after it, get yourself a Tamagotchi.
Stop
Happy
buying.
days.
Rescue.
Get a pet rock. A little piece.
Just draw a face on it.
A little piece of granite with some googly eyes.
Get yourself a Wilson.
Oh, real quick tangent here. So there's a new Richard Hammond show called oh shit, Stranded or something like that. Him and Tori Belleci are stranded. Survivalists. Yep, that's it. Him and Tori Belleci from Mythbusters are trapped on a deserted island, and they find this shipwreck stuff, and he's got like this soccer ball. He's like, you're out of shape, floated, and something else. He's like,
and your skin is falling off.
I shall name you Clarkson.
Good times.
This is proper good, that one. All right.
Sure. All right. Let's go into the bleakness. We're gonna move on to
Yes, we're going to talk about our favorite state in the union besides Florida. Oh,
Canada?
no, the correct answer was North Canada.
There we go. We are talking about Texas. Yay!
Yay, Texas.
Where's Irish? If we're talking about economics, we should have fucking Irish on.
Well, this is economics even you can understand.
Yeah.
No, but I'm probably going to say something, and then Irish is going to be attacking me on Twitter for the next 7 days.
That's okay.
Yep, that's what we're here for.
Yep.
Okay, Mikey, this is all you.
I can't really read it all that well, but that's fine. If you guys don't mind, I'll throw it in the chat. I'll throw the CNN article in the chat. A little backstory. There was while we were doing our episode with Professor Hall, having fun with all the science stuff, there was a cold snap all across the South, and their power went out in their
What
grid.
are you guys saying? It's so nice here in Southern
Shut up.
California.
And the power grid in Texas is problematic because they're not part of the Eastern grid or the Western grid. They're on the Texas grid, which means they do all their own stuff and they don't need nobody else's help.
Except San Antonio, right? San Antonio's the one
And
that's
El
actually
Paso.
on it.
And
Yeah, so there's
on the very, very south of the state. They're still on the Western grid.
Yeah.
Texas sounds a lot like somewhere I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's called the Texas Interconnection.
There you go. So when the horrible weather happened and they got snow and everyone was freaking out, Gritty, which is one of the major companies down there, one of I think 7 or 8 different power companies that they have in one state, which is ridiculous because I don't know about you, Brenna, but I think I have 2. One's for the South and one's up here by me. So yeah, most states have 1 or 2.
Have Southern California Edison's for Southern California, and then PG&E is for Northern California.
We have about 20 over here, by the way, on our little island.
Yeah, it's unnecessary, I should say. So the way Gritty works is it goes by whatever the lowest rate is at whatever given time for any of the many companies that are available, and they switch you over to that. So you kind of pay typically works out so that you always pay whatever the lowest available price was in that 5-minute stretch. It refreshes every 5 minutes. They sent out, I guess, an email to everyone letting them know, hey, don't have our service. Don't just leave our service and go somewhere else because you might see some changes in your prices. Well, thing is, it takes 4 or 5 days for that to happen. So people were getting astronomical bills. If you scroll down a little bit, Miss Brenna.
You want me to read it? Because I can see it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right. A Texas woman has filed a proposed billion-dollar class action lawsuit against electric company Grady Energy that alleges the company engaged in unlawful price gouging during last week's statewide winter storm and power outages, according to a statement from the law firm. Lisa Corey, I'm probably butchering your last name, Lisa.
Corey.
Sorry. Corey.
Corey.
Lisa Corey, a resident of Houston, a Houston suburb, claims she was charged a total of $9,546 by Grady from February 1st to February 19th, according to a copy of her bill filed with a lawsuit. Corey's average monthly electrical bill before February ranged from $200 to $250, according to the suit. The suit claims that Grady committed price gouging, was negligent when it failed to shield consumers from excessive electric bills, and that by selling electricity at high prices in the middle of the storm, the company was unjustly enriched.
Yep, that's good. So they typically, I think, per kilowatt hour, I know for me it's right around 5 cents, and I think for them it was like 6 or 7 cents. They were charging people $9 per kilowatt hour.
Ugh.
That's a bit of a price hike.
$9 fucking. So what is that? What percent? I think that's like what? What's the percentage? What's the percentage from a nickel to damn near $10? It's many percentages higher.
It was nearly 10 times, isn't it?
Yeah. And
no, dude, it's
more than that.
1,000 times.
Okay.
Which is absolutely
100
ridiculous.
times.
Jeez.
It's a good job. It's a good job none of us in here work for a company that deals with energy.
That'll be sweet. That'll be Sweet's tweet at you. He's like, actually, it's 4.33 times 10 to the. But yeah, there you go. That's capitalism for you guys. I think what's happening now is there's a bunch of class action suits out, and everyone's being told, don't pay the bill. We will settle this out in the courts.
This is what happens when things that should be public utilities get privatized. You know, as soon as you put the free market in charge and deregulate, because I mean that's the whole point that Texas wanted their own power grid, because they didn't want federal regulations stepping in.
Yep.
How's that working out for you?
Some of those federal regulations would have included making the company pay for winterizing their grid.
Yeah.
For making sure that their grid can stand up to declining temperatures, but no regulations for that.
Zoltan, you got any windmills or solar panels in the north of Sweden there?
Yep.
Weird that.
No, the next question is, do they work?
Yeah.
No comment. The solar panels are not the best idea, as we established when I was up in the cabin. But yeah. But here's the deal, right? So yes, the whole reason that they made this Texas Interconnection was so that it would be outside of federal regulations and all of that. There has also been a lot of pundits on Fox News going on and on about the windmills and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to look this up.
They cause cancer, women cancer.
Yes, but it was also their fault that there was power outages because some of the windmills froze. So I had to look it up. So as of 2019, windmills was only 20% of the electricity production in Texas, which with that one wind farm that had that problem would probably then, let's estimate 7-8% if it was the biggest one, because the biggest one is, I just looked at this, the Roscoe wind farm produces 781 megawatts near the town of Roscoe. Is the state's largest wind farm. So if that was one, that's 781 megawatts. Solar is 4,368 gigawatts.
We love a gigawatt.
Yep.
Phenomenal power.
No, sorry, 76,708 gigawatts. That's 20% of the electricity production.
Mm-hmm.
So even if one went down, right, it wouldn't really affect anything. So saying that because there was something on Fox News about how the Green New Deal fucked Texas over, and
Mhm.
everything is the Green New Deal's fault and all that.
Well, the Green New Deal, it
No.
doesn't exist.
What Green New Deal?
The Green New
No.
Deal, and
We
and
don't
this
have it.
and this is
But
this is the
all
other
right, listen,
thing.
no, 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 just give me a second, because 40.26% of Texas electricity production is made out of gas CC. So that is a combined cycle power plant powered by gas. Coal is 20%. Nuclear is 10%. Solar and wind is a combined 21%. Right? The Green New Deal did not cause this.
Mm.
The Green New Deal has nothing to do with this. But never mind that. The reason they wanted to have this Texas interconnection in the first place was so that they didn't, leave it up to the private market, because, private companies will always look out for your best, won't they? No, they fucking won't. No, they fucking won't. No, they're just looking at their bottom line. If they can charge the fuck out of you for electricity, they fucking will.
And they
And
try.
the other
Oh, go ahead.
and the other thing is, it's not like they've not been warned about this. This has happened before. 2011, I believe, where this happened before with a cold snap, and there was a report done, and they were basically told you need to sort of winterproof all your gear, which they do everywhere else. Like, you can get special coating for solar panels where snow can't form on it. It will just instantly turn into water and run off. And obviously certain heating elements that you can put into the wind turbines, because I mean they've all got diesel generators in them anyway. This is something that a lot of people don't know. Every wind turbine's got a diesel generator in there in case it does sort of break down and it needs to be kick-started, sort of thing.
Right.
So it can be done. It's just that it means that's cutting into the profit margin. So if that's cutting into the profit margin, then we don't really need it. We won't have it.
Well,
bit like fire insurance.
Then people die. Like,
Yeah.
when you, if you can't pay your electric bill, or you don't have the electricity in order to run your house, you in the middle of a snowstorm, in the middle of a winter storm, you have no heaters, you have not enough medical to keep people alive. I mean, we've already seen like stories about kids dying from cold.
Well,
Like,
there was that story we
I'm
covered
so
a bit
glad that
last week.
I'm so glad the Californian is teaching us what to do during a fucking snowstorm.
okay, guys, bye.
No, but there was that story we covered it a bit last week with that mother and daughter who took refuge in the car in the garage, and they turned the engine on to keep warm, but the garage door was shut.
Right.
And if you don't know what to do in those situations and you're not aware of things like carbon monoxide poisoning, what do you do?
Yeah.
And you're at the sort of you're at the clutches of these big companies, and the first thing they'll do is cut you off.
Yeah.
And then when you can't pay your bill that they've just jacked up because they can.
We've seen these sort of price gouging happening during these types of emergencies. And it's like, these people, these large companies are not for the people. Like,
Yeah.
how is this not it? They don't care about whether or not you survive. It's whether or not you're going to pay.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
if you don't pay, they can sue you.
and there's been instances of I'm not going to name any of them, but we all know who, ride hailing apps in certain emergencies jacking up their price because they know that people have to use their services, and it's not like they're doing it to help you out. They're just doing it because they've got a captive audience, and you can't. It's not down to their drivers. They don't set the price. The drivers. It's down to the ride hailing app, again, of which I'm not going to name any of them who have done this kind of practice because I don't want to get sued.
Well, it's that when you have that economy, the captive audience, that economy, you could decide on it.
Mhm.
So, like, the simplest, the most common kind of use is, well, theme parks. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to buy water, you might as well pay $10 for an average water. you're not going to say no to that.
Or cinemas.
Exactly. Like you're going to be paying for their popcorn, or they're going to jack up the price 1,000% because they can. And if the only emergency services you have are having to find a suitable way out of your situation, there's the only, they're going to force you to pay 300% more just so that they can get that money from you, because they know how desperate you're going to be. And this is that situation, because we rely so heavily on electricity, that electricity is that commodity. And so if they can get as much money from you as possible, that's why, like, going solar panel, we have solar panels here on top of this house, and it's been a lifesaver.
I'm just ready for all of the red-blooded patriotic Texans to pull out their billfolds, and they're all going to pay their $10,000 bills. They're not going to wait on the lawsuit to go through to totally dismiss those. I'm waiting for all you Texans out there who are so right-wing. Get out that pocketbook, and I want you to pay your $10,000, because this is what you wanted. You wanted this capitalism. You wanted companies to be deregulated and for them to make as much profit as possible. Well, they're about to make it off of your sweet candy ass. So please get out your.
If you're against socialism, or you're against the AOCs, then please do not take our emergency money that we, as in these large economic centers that pay for this, our tax money is going to this emergency. And this is what happens. And then these lower, below the Mason-Dixon line states end up not paying for taxes, thinking that it's going to go to socialism, but you benefit from us. And these people who are dying are going to be saved because these states that pay taxes, that really do care, are their money's going there and not coming back in.
Yep. Well, you also had the story of that delightful mayor that decided to go on his socials and have a little rant about people needing to sort themselves out. And if you're poor and you ain't got no money, well, it's tough. You got to save your own family and all this sort of stuff. That's the attitude. That's the capitalist attitude. And then subsequently, he had to resign the next day.
No, I hope he pays his bill too.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a massive bill.
Ted Cruz needs to make sure he pays his bills and not throw his daughters under the bus.
No, but he's just being a dad. He's just being a dad.
He's being a good dad. Taking his children out of dangerous situations to a different country. I heard that
Ted Cruz was going around all over Texas paying people's electricity bills now.
Sure he is. Yeah. Just like I saw him he lifted one case of water out of a truck and put it in someone's trunk. And he's like, yeah, that's sorted.
Nobody around.
That's sorted.
Did you see him in the Senate hearings the other day? He's just sitting there messing about on his phone.
He doesn't care.
There was people giving testimonies, just like, oh, fuck it. Where are we going to go next month? Yeah.
He's looking for destinations. Ooh, the Bahamas. Go there.
I don't think that anybody told Ted Cruz that Donald Trump is not the president anymore. I think he missed the memo.
Well, what made me die was the fact that how he tried to style it out. It's like when a conservative gets caught over here with like a rent boy or something. I was just trying to help him with his zipper. And he's come back and he's like, I was only dropping him off and I was coming straight back with a ruddy great fucking suitcase.
Who drops people off in other countries? You don't fly to another country to drop someone off. He wasn't piloting the plane.
He turned his phone off. I'll put it on flight mode. As soon as that
his
flight
kids are teenagers. They actually can travel on their own.
He landed. He turned his Twitter on, and it was just like 40,000 notifications. He's like, oh fuck. And didn't his own neighbours like rat him out as well? Like the people that he was going on holiday with.
His wife. The text messages to his wife.
Yeah.
they got them, and there's like, no, it's totally. They were totally going on vacay,
Yeah.
like to Mexico, because it's warm. It's better than Texas right now.
Yeah. Screw you guys freezing to death. I'm going to the beach.
Yeah, I just want to say I have family in Texas, and I hope everybody's going to be okay. And it's it's devastating that they have to go through this. Because they were not ready for this, and only a few years ago did they have those big hurricanes around there. So they dealt with too much water, and now they're dealing with too much cold, and it's not fun. And I'm gonna say this, I know it's controversial, but climate change is real.
What?
Like, this is what happens.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
sorry.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa.
sorry. I told you, controversial topic around
this ain't
here.
that kind of website, you know? We don't deal in conspiracy theories here.
They're turning
Fuck's
the world
sake.
gay.
That's globalists.
So the people who are pumping out all the oil to make the greenhouse gases aren't ready for the polar vortex that is expanding due to the greenhouse gas. It's almost like they did it to themselves.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then they're blaming the people that are all into the green stuff for it.
I'm going to say this, right? Sweden, New Zealand, Alaska, Canada, Antarctica, and all of these cold, stormy places have massive amounts of solar generated energy that they depend on to live their lives every single day. And you mean to tell me that Texas is special? No, Texas is not special. Texas is dumb. And I've been saying this for a long time. Texas is dumb. Texas is old. Texas is backwater. Texas is outdated. And this is in their practices. This is in the way that they live. This is in the things that they think that are special. This is in their laws. Texas is dumb. Point blank. Texas, fuck you.
Think
I
of
don't
all
care.
Think of all that ranch land that they've got.
No, Wayne. I don't give a fuck. You know why I don't give a fuck? Because you have multiple presidents from Texas. You have multiple senators that run the Congress from Texas. Your own senator that you've been voting for forever, that you put out there that you wanted to be the fucking president, left. He left. You voted for him, Texas. This ain't Hurricane Katrina. This is a fucking snowstorm. I had 7 of them last week. Okay? So let me scale myself back to regular Cortez.
Yeah,
and say
and talk about one thing.
Hello, Cortez.
Yeah, talk
very
about one
nicely,
thing.
very nicely. This is not green energy's fault. And all those conspiracy nuts that want to talk about green energy like it's green energy's fault. We all can't go solar. We all can't drive electric vehicles. And Biden's driving up the gas prices. Do some real research. Do some real research. I'm sick of this.
Yeah, so welcome to the show, Cortez. Lovely to see you.
And by the way,
The more you know.
so let's see, 50%, 53% of Sweden's power production come from hydropower, and about 40% comes from nuclear power. Net import is about 3%, and the use of electricity has declined 14% a year since 2009 because we insulate our fucking houses, you bastard. Yeah,
That's kind of what I do for a job, mate. So you don't have to tell me.
yeah, but we already do that. We don't need people to come and tell us that we need to do it. We already know.
Is it really insulating your house when you have just snow drifts on either side of the house and on the roof? If your house is encased in ice 9 months out of the year, I don't think you're insulating anything.
If your house is comprised of 100% ice, yeah.
I was gonna say, don't they have igloos or something like that? Something similar.
What they do, they just bore out little hobbit homes from them. Oh, there's a nice mountain. We'll just dig in here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's green screen. We know you're in California.
We don't get.
I moved to California. I thought I was still in Florida.
He was in Orlando studios, remember?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, we there's no snow here. You have to go find snow, and it's usually at the top of mountains. So
Don't y'all just make snow? for your like resorts and stuff?
We actually have to at sometimes when it's not like snowy weather for the mountains. We actually have to manufacture snow. It's sorry. Yeah.
Americans would steal anything, wouldn't they?
This from Tons of Mice. The rest of Sweden's power comes from elves. I didn't know that.
Oh, like little elves on bicycles or something.
No. We got polar bears in training wheels.
Sorry, anytime like somebody mentions like generating energy from bicycles, I always think of that Black Mirror episode where that's basically their job is to generate energy from being on a Peloton bike.
So another disassociated thought, because I haven't been sleeping well. Why can't we just turn all these fucking like Lifetime Fitnesses and Gold's Gym? Is there not some like gear pulley mechanism we can set up? Because if these people are just gonna be lifting shit anyway, we might as well generate some power from it.
No, you can't generate enough like from a dyno system to power the gym itself. So you wouldn't be able to, because what you would need, in effect, is a completely empty gym with just a load of bikes on with capacitors, and you'd have to charge them up, and then you could use them, depending on the size. You might be able to make a cup of tea. There's very little energy is generated.
So
very little energy is generated.
Humans are very bad at producing power.
Well, think about, did you ever have a dyno on your bike when you were a kid?
A dyno?
A dyno.
What's a dyno?
Sorry, a dynamo.
For the handlebars?
No. What it is, it's just a little generator that goes on the front porch.
For like the light or something?
For the light, yeah. So you think about how much energy you needed just to get that light to be bright enough so you could see. So if you were to upscale that, the dynamo would have to be massive.
So put them on a big bike.
Yeah, I need to get Professor Howe in here because he'll be able to explain it a lot better than me.
So basically what we're saying is we need to learn how to find other ways of generating electricity that are more renewable.
No, just get more bikes is what Wayne just told me.
Okay.
Everybody buy bigger.
I don't do bicycles, but that's okay. Go for
just get yourself a penny farthing.
Are you doing more?
I need a tricycle.
But nuclear power isn't that bad though. Like,
I wish we did more of that, honestly.
Nuclear power is more efficient, but the amount of regulation on making sure that it's safe is too big a cost for most people.
Well, that's the thing. You can't privatize it. It has to be regulated by the government, which means they can't fuck up the prices.
Right. Exactly. But nuclear energy is actually the most efficient way of getting energy. It just has to be so heavily regulated that nobody's willing to go there.
So
we actually closed so many nuclear plants here in California. They couldn't keep them.
I'm trying to find this article because I read this article where they've developed well, not recently, but there is a reactor that creates so little residue. Because the problem that we had with nuclear power earlier is that the residue, what is left of the fuel once the fuel is depleted, is incredibly dangerous and radioactive. But there are ways of doing this, reactors that do this, where there is almost no residue, and it keeps feeding that radioactivity, keeps feeding the reactor for almost infinity. So there is no actual nuclear waste. I'm trying to find the article, but I can't find it. But if you haven't seen Chernobyl, fucking see it, because they really, in the end, they really explain in a good way, in a very nice way, how a nuclear reactor actually works. Because what is the nuclear the fusion creates heat, which boils water. The steam turns a huge fucking turbine, and it's basically steam that comes out of it. That's it. All that smoke that you see is just steam. It's just water. H2O, fucking hell. And so if we could find a way to do this, that it would be a very efficient way to do it. As Brenna said, it's one of the most efficient ways of creating electricity. One of the problems that we do have is where uranium is situated in the world, because we need to get our hold, we need fuel for the reactors, and you don't want to do what the Swedish one of the Swedish power companies do, where they went to, what was it, in Namibia, where people work for under poor fucking conditions for almost no money, and then they bought uranium there for it, and they go like, hey, we did a good thing. No, you fucking didn't. You
sent the poor people into the mine to get the radioactive material.
Yeah.
Right.
Without and like, you killed poor people so we could have electricity. Yeah. Oh,
The
well
thing is,
done, you.
we need to go on to some form of renewable, because things like tidal power, we've not utilised a lot of that, especially being like an island such as we are. Tidal power would be perfect for us, but because there's no real money in it for investors, it's all been sort of, private companies are doing it on like trial bases and that.
Yeah.
But like places like Texas, like I was saying earlier, the amount of unused ranch land that they have, that's just private land. Right, just send the federal government in there and say, right, fuck it, compulsory purchase, we're putting a solar farm here.
Nope.
And
You don't
jack
understand
shit you
Texas
can do
because
about
they're
it.
gonna let the government come and take some from them.
Yeah, I saw the Clive and Bundy shit and all that, but
Yeah.
No, but they fucking run to the fucking government, to the court, to sort them the fuck out when they get a 10 grand electricity
Exactly.
bill, don't they?
privatise the
help me,
profits and
help me, help
socialise
me.
the risks.
Exactly, Jartan. One last thing before we move, Brenna, you mentioned nuclear power plants in California. How long does it take a nuclear power plant to grow and mature?
In California weather, it's a lot. We're year round. So
Like, does it take a lot of water or sunlight to like grow?
well, they
Mm.
usually they're grown near oceans.
Where can I get one of these seeds? I want my own nuclear power plant.
I don't know if they'll grow in your region.
Amazon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
get Jeff
so-
Bezos to bring you one.
It took me a minute to get that joke, and I'm fucking ashamed. I was like, what? Really?
Because me and Brenna are good. Me and Brenna are good.
I'm like,
Your jokes suck. Ours are,
I can do it with a straight face.
yeah.
Speaking of doing things with a straight face,
All right. You know the drill. I'm here. Go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. Everybody do that right now. And join in. And if you already are one of our patrons, just up your tier and get us more. Just get a little bit more, a couple bucks more. Also, we've almost been doing this for a year, so just make sure that your purchasing, your credit card or whatnot is going through. Just make sure that. I know it happens every once in a while. We kind of forget if we have to change things. So.
And shipping address. Make sure your shipping addresses are correct.
That's that. Yes, the shipping ad. Make sure that's all up to date. Your emails are up to date. Just making sure that, because we want to make sure that you get our we got stickers, right, Mikey?
Yep.
And
Merch.
I finally figured out how to do our spreadshirt. So just give me a week and it'll be up
There
and
you
running.
go. Good. I'm glad we're getting all on the same page. All right, so that is
I see what you did
Patreon.
there. I see what you did there.
So patreon.com/TheBinPodcast.
Yeah.
And then you can become one of our patrons, like Utah Outcasts,
What up, X?
Voice from the Underground,
What up, Dutch?
Leclerc
Dog.
Bert,
Hello, Leclerc.
Ragabash Dabbler,
Ragabash.
Elena,
Hi, Elena.
Divine Disbelief,
Hey, Nathaniel.
Susan, woohoo,
Susu.
Jenna, I know you're in the chat there,
Jenna.
Chicken Anonymous,
Who could
Fuck
it be?
you.
Who could it be?
who could it be? Barbara.
Hey, by the way, do you know?
Okay.
What?
Ricky,
what's up?
Miss
man?
Nana,
Hi, Ma.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
David,
miss you.
David.
Katerina, Stuart,
What's up, Stu?
Austin,
Austin all day.
Kristen, Richard. We got the whole
Whole
gang.
squad.
The whole
Um,
squad.
so if you didn't hear your name being called, just make sure that you check that your number went through. And if you would like your name to be read, we need you to sign up today.
Sorry, Brenna, did you mention Alex or Ricky Scurvy?
I did
Richard.
mention Ricky.
Okay.
There's no Alex though.
Oh, I'm messaging him right now.
Oh.
So I wasn't naming any names as you
No,
saw.
I just
I'm
listen
just
out for them,
saying
so-
that you might have not gotten
But are
everything
there
through.
what are their benefits? Like, have we posted anything lately that might entice them to go out there?
Oh,
No,
dear God.
there's nothing.
No,
Sorry.
there really fucking isn't.
There's nothing.
Jartan with
I
his
said-
feet sticking out of a snow mound, like, help me.
I spent fucking 6 hours looking at myself getting drunker and drunker and constantly falling asleep.
Welcome to our world.
I like,
That's what we
again,
do.
I have to say, how the fuck did you survive the first fucking 10 weeks of this podcast? Because I was fucking hammered.
I don't day drink.
But it was the daytime for me though. But
Oh,
what the
speaking of
fuck?
Brenna, did your Yorkshire tea turn up?
I did. I got Yorkshire tea. I just finished it. So
Get
I had
in.
I got some Yorkshire Gold, which was I asked Wayne for some recommendations of some tea. So I got some Yorkshire Gold, which I've had Yorkshire Red before. So I got the Yorkshire Gold. It's much stronger in the bitterness. And then I also got Twining's Darjeeling, which I used to drink a lot of Darjeeling when I was a kid. So it's so good.
Try the Twinings mango and lychee. Beautiful.
I will try to find that. But
But we all, yeah.
I
Sorry.
needed some good English teas because we don't have a lot of caffeine in our teas around here, and sometimes you just need